Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. I am Nur Shahira binti Ja'far. My metric number is 11800051 and I am from KAC. As stated on my slide, my research title is The Effectiveness of Social Media as a Marketing Tool for Young Entrepreneurs. Firstly, let's look into introduction. Many entrepreneurs are taking advantage of the growing use of social media platforms to build their businesses. Businesses may use social networking to acquire access to resources. According to Zontanos and Anderson, social media may help a company's worthiness expand, decorate client and dealer relationships, monitor in which sources and cash are available, stimulate innovation and resources within the formation of strategic collaborations. Mark Zuckerberg also pointing out that marketing are advancing hastily and that enterprises should examine in a way to use internet generation to live relevant. That is why many businesses nowadays realizes that social media is a valuable communication tool that when correctly implemented may greatly boost their web presence through efficient advertising. As stated by Albus, social media made customers more advanced and helped them to develop new tactics in searching, evaluating, choosing, and buying goods and services. People also use social media sites to look for product and company information because they believe those sources are more accurate and relevant than the traditional marketing. Now let's move on to our problem statement. Social media receives new users every day widely from all over the world regardless of their age. It has become a new form of communication used in this era according to the current circulation. Within a few years of its inception, social media had risen to popularity. It is commonly used to socialize and many people are fascinated by the alteration of communication processes, particularly among Generation Y, which has been influenced by the media platform. The use of social media, which started as a form of human interaction, has now developed into a variety of forms of purpose, and one of them is the process of selling and buying. In today's advertising mix is standard, and in selling new and present merchandise in particular, social media has grown to be extraordinarily significant, as stated by S. Divya and Bulamai Rajai. There are two research questions of this research. The first one is, what are the benefits of social media as a marketing tool? And the second one is, what are the impacts of social media as a marketing tool? It same goes to the research objectives. There are also two research objectives in this research, which is the first one is to identify the benefits of social media as a marketing tool, and the second one is to identify the impacts of social media as a marketing tool. Now, we go deep into the literature review, the benefits of social media as marketing tools. Many studies have proven that social media gives many advantages and benefits to entrepreneurs in promoting their products, especially for young entrepreneurs. Firstly, reduce advertising cost. Many young entrepreneurs today are university students, and this is not only happening in Malaysia but all over the world. Since marketing requires a considerable amount of money as capital, it is difficult for students who are short on funds to expand their firms. Banners, flyers, or any other marketing materials are not required, so as a result, a big amount of money can be saved. According to Asad W. and Gomez JM 2011, nearly half of individuals who spend at least 6 hours according to week on social media efforts notice a gain of decreased advertising and marketing expenses. At least 57% of companies with 10 or fewer personnel agreed social media decreased advertising and marketing expenses, even as most effective 40% of companies with 1,000 or greater personnel agreed. Secondly, boost audience engagement. Audience engagement is also known as user engagement, refers to a user's cognitive, emotional, or affective reactions to media material or brands. According to Marcel Broesma 2019, engagement as opposed to passive exposure to news information, refers to a user's active and intentional response to what they read, see, or hear. This could lead to customers consuming more news, interacting with internet material, purchasing specific items, or using the information provided to take personal political action. And thirdly is improve search engine result. A search engine is a practical access software that searches for an information database for responses to users' queries. The engine delivers a list of options that perfectly fit the search criteria of the user. According to Omoiza Icha and Edwin Agu 2015, improved search engine rankings were most common among individuals who had used social media for a year or more, with 58% or more reporting an increase. At least 60% of those who spend at least 6 hours per week on social media marketing saw their engine rankings increase. According to Jason Demers 2014, being energetic on social media may also function a logo signal to good-looking engines, indicating that your organization is genuine, reliable, and trustworthy. That means that having a social media presence could be near essential if you want to rank for a specific set of keywords. Now, let's go to the second literature review, the impact of social media as a marketing tool. Of process interest is the impact of social media on advertising, which has caused the improvement of social media marketing as a more and more famous shape of online marketing. Many social media websites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest provide great opportunities for entrepreneurs to attract customers, not only regular customers, but also new customers, while simultaneously building a brand image. Firstly, great social influence. Social media influence is the creation of trending topics as a hashtag-driven topic that is immediately popular at a time. According to Omoiza Icha and Edwin Agu 2015, these trends help businesses determine what is acceptable and what is not at any given period in the market. Trends are determined by an algorithm that keeps track of popular topics depending on who we follow and where we are from. People use a product or service in order to avoid being out of date or left behind their peers, regardless of whether or not they are interested in that product or service. According to Bearden, William, and Michael, 1982, informational social influence is described as the process of social media users learning and studying the experiences of other users who have adopted products on social media websites while making purchasing decisions. Secondly, word-of-mouth marketing. Word of mouth becomes more effective with the involvement of influential individuals. Many marketers and product founders choose to have a collab with influential people in growing their business. According to the Virman, Kornberg, and Hadis 2017, that is how marketers can consider partnering with different influencers based on the specific goals of their influencers' marketing campaigns and take advantage of different influencers based on whether marketers want to generate more buzz about corporate initiative or publicize newly launched products. This is because a large number of their followers on social media has a huge impact on increasing the number of people who will purchase the product. And thirdly, great customer service. The existence of social media that offers direct interaction between brands and consumers results in changes in the organization of an enterprise, such as the change in the role of marketers, from placing their products or service to customer advisors. The interaction experience between customers and sellers will be more effective through social media because it is always available 24/7. According to Agu and Murray 2015, social media has its drawbacks. Businesses can use it to advantage by directly connecting with dissatisfied customers and promising to reform or better the product they are delivering. To enrich customer service, entrepreneurs take this opportunity to get opinions from consumers on upcoming events related to their brand, especially consumer-based organizations. Research methodology. Research design for this research study is based on descriptive research. Descriptive research defines a research method that describes the characteristics of the population or the phenomenon studied. A descriptive research design is suitable for this research study because this research study is handling quantitative research. The sampling technique that is being used in this research is simple random sampling. This sampling is suitable for this research study because it can easily get the data from the respondent. As we can see, this sampling does not have many conditions for the respondent to answer the questionnaire. All the data that is being collected is by answering a questionnaire. Researcher will spread the questionnaire through Google Forms and will be filled by a respondent in the average age of 18 to 30 years old. And there are two types of data analysis in handling this research study, which are statistics analysis and regression analysis. Statistics is basically involving data collection, data interpretation, and finally data validation. Researcher uses a questionnaire as the survey in receiving and collecting for the data collection. The data that has been received through Google Forms will be measured to form as a statistic, while regression analysis is a quantitative research method that is used when the research study involves and also analyzes several variables. This is where the relationship includes a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. Moreover, in performing regression analysis, the researcher needs to isolate the role of each variable. That's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.